Texellent Heating and Cooling. Custom air service is our specialty. Heating and cooling and indoor air quality. Let's talk heating and cooling with your specialist, Terry McWilliams and Mike Landry.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Texellent Heating and Cooling podcast series. We're talking with Terry McWilliams this morning. We're going to be covering a very common situation that we all face. Can your HVAC system be repaired? This is an important topic because we don't want you to have to replace the system if it can be repaired. So we're going to go over many of the common issues that would cause you to call an HVAC company. Terry, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off with cooling issues, and then we'll talk about some heating issues. The first and most common is that your system is not cooling. What conditions typically cause that problem? You can hear the system running, but it's just not cooling.
So it could be a number of things. That's why we recommend having an evaluation done by a certified professional. If your indoor unit is running, you hear the blower, but your outdoor unit's not coming on, it could be something as simple as a capacitor or it just not receiving the control wiring voltage. So we recommend, having a technician come out, do a diagnostic, find out exactly what's going on so that we can give you, a clear and simple approach to getting it repaired for you.
But there could be a broad range of issues, like maybe the coil's leaking or something like that,
It
right?
could be refrigerant related, could be a pressure switch, it could be a number of things. That's why, once again, it's important to have, a technician come out and actually troubleshoot it. A lot of these, DIY videos and things of that nature that help you run through some of the basics might help you stumble across it. But if you have a technician who's trained, who does this day in, day out, they can come in, they can diagnose it with ease because we already know what systems to follow, what processes to follow, what to look for, and we can troubleshoot it for you and find the exact issue without you having to go around and change unnecessary parts and possibly create more issues through that process. So
would you say on a scale of 1 to 100 that the repairability of most people's AC systems can be achieved without replacement?
Absolutely. I mean, I've repaired systems myself. I think the oldest one was maybe like 46 years old.
Good grief.
Yeah, I mean, anything can be repaired as long as the parts are available and it's economically advantageous to do so. So what we help you do is, first and foremost, performing an accurate diagnostic, find out exactly what's going on so that we can give you the right options to repair it. Now, we'll help you weigh the cost, though, as well. So if it's going to be extensive repairs, and we've, at this point, looked through the entire system, so we give you a whole broad evaluation of your system to let you know this is your primary issue. These are some other things that we noticed during our evaluation that may be of concern. That way we can help you understand everything that's going on, not just the problem, so that we can help you weigh the costs to see if it's going to be beneficial for you to look at a repair option or maybe to do something a little bit more permanent or even look at replacement.
Now, other conditions that cause or provoke these calls is that you can hear something running on the inside of the house, but the system outside is not running. Your big fan's not running outside. Mm-hmm. And what's the problem with running it without that system outside not running?
So it depends on the situation. So if your outdoor fan is not running, but it's still trying to come on and maybe your compressor is coming on, well, if your compressor runs without that fan motor, it's not going to run very long because it's going to get very hot very quick, and that can actually do more damage to your system. So the first thing we tell customers when they call in and they've got an issue with their AC system is to turn it off at the thermostat and let it just set until we get there. That way, if something's overheated or frozen up, it gives it time to either cool down or thaw out before we get there, because those things can actually hinder the diagnostic process, make it take longer, because then we may have to cool down a hot motor, hot compressor. We may have to wait for an evaporator coil to thaw out. And if those things continue to happen within long periods of time, it can actually do more damage to those components. So we want to make sure you start limiting any further damage to your system past what's already going on.
Now, another condition that is pretty common and has become more and more common because of these newer technologies is a situation where a AC company comes out, replaces your unit, and now you're in your house and you're turning your system on, and it's coming on and and it shuts off pretty quickly, and you're cold and you're clammy. It's very uncomfortable. What causes that condition?
So we've experienced this a lot, where customers will call us after another company replaced their system in the past, maybe year or two. So of course they're thinking everything should be completely fine. They've got a brand new system, but they're struggling with these issues. They've had their current provider out multiple times, and nobody's been able to give them a solution. They just kind of look at them crazy and say, it's just you. When we come in, typically what we found is that the systems are oversized or inadequately designed. So when we come in, we perform a load calc on the house, which takes into account the age of your home, the insulation levels, the sizes, and tells us more approximately what size system should be in that house. And what we find more often than not is they put in too big of a system. And when they put in too big of a system into your home, it will come on, it'll run, it'll produce a lot of cold air, but it does it very quickly and doesn't give it enough runtime to dehumidify properly, which, we're in Houston, Texas. It's extremely humid a lot of the time.
Take a cup and grab some water out of the air. Have a drink.
Exactly. So if that system's not dehumidifying properly or running long enough to dehumidify properly, it could be knocking the temperature down on your thermostat, but it's not getting that humidity down to a comfortable level. So now it's cold, but it's clammy. You get that bone chilling cold. That's not what we want to achieve. We want to try and achieve a really comfortable temperature to where you don't have to run it down to 68, 65. It's an air conditioner, not a refrigerator. And we want a more stable relative humidity, which, would be, 45, 50%. And once you get to there, now you've got a good, crisp, cool, clean air. And also the energy savings. You shouldn't have to run a larger air conditioner for your house and still not be comfortable and pay more energy for it at the end of the day.
Yeah, because it's short cycling a lot.
Exactly.
It's running more than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not comfortable, which makes that 10 times worse.
Exactly.
Okay, so give them a call today. Texellent Heating and Cooling at 281-402-5100, 281-402-5100. Have them come out and assess your stuff. And remember, their motto is custom air service, because that's exactly what they provide. You can find them online at TexcellentACService.com. TexcellentACService.com.
Thanks for listening to the Texellent Heating and Cooling Podcast. Located in the Deer Park area, contact Texellent today at 281-402-5100 or TexcellentACService.com.